Yo, my freaky friends, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. I guess I may as well just record this as soon as I activated the ship. I didn't actually realize that you climbed on it immediately, but oh well, I guess no big deal in playing a little bit more. Anyways, I'll be doing the entirety of the dungeon just like I've done for the past few dungeons. And this is probably the best dungeon in the whole game, and I will show you why. It's just really cool overall, so the only way that we can go initially is through this door. Basically, this dungeon is just the time shift stones at its finest, and I will show you what I mean when we get there. Okay, sweet, a stool. If you don't know what stools do, if you sit on them, you actually regain health, and the longer you sit, the more health you gain. And I lost a ton of health from those Beamoses back in the pirates' stronghold. But anyway, if we do this enough, we can actually regain all of our health, which is obviously very welcome. Alright, there's a key right there on that. I mean, there's a locked door right there, so we're going to need to get a key for that. So, let's just continue onward. There's a bunch of these little scorpion guys. I guess those things just like to be in, like, desert dungeons of Linear. Okay, I guess I couldn't find any of the... I'm not sure if those, like, blessed butterflies were hinting at anything, but I couldn't find one. So I think that probably my favorite thing about this dungeon is just how, like, innocent it looks at first appearance. Like, it just looks really small, you know? I mean, from the top, I mean, when we started off on the deck, right? And there was really only one door that we could even go into. And then we come into this door, and it's basically just a linear path, right? I mean, we're just going in one direction, and it looks like it's going to be really easy, like it'll be really short, but then we start getting into all the other stuff, and time shift stones are involved, and it gets really cool really quickly. Right in there's a chest that we can't get to, because basically whenever you see one of these things, that means that we're going to have to be going back in time pretty soon to be able to do something. Let's just bomb this guy so we can run across. We have to just run across here. You can barely make it. I don't think it's possible to make it with the spume in your way. All these doors are locked, as you can see. So, I guess we can't go in. I guess that one's not really locked. That one just has to be in the past. And just keep on going down. Like, it just looks like it's going to be super easy. I mean, I guess you have hints that there's more to it than just a linear path when you see, like, all the doors that you can't get to yet. And you'll know that those obviously have a role later on. But for the most part, it starts off very, like, innocently. And then it gets crazy difficult and crazy, like, confusing later on. It's like the good kind of difficult, in the sense that it's very, like, puzzle oriented later on. So we're gonna be like, it's just very, like, puzzle filled, and the puzzles are like some of, like, the best in the series. Basically what you have to do with regarding the time shift stones and such. Okay, how many? I swear I got at least like 6 of those gooey blobs just by killing all these guys. I guess if you want, like, a good place to grind for gooey blobs, you can just come to the Sandship. That's the name of this dungeon, by the way. I mean, you saw, like, the cool intro cutscene, so you probably knew that that's what the name of it was, but you may as well say it again anyways. Right in here is the... Okay, I guess Feel show it to us. That's the boss door. Or the big key door, or whatever it's called in this game. I actually remember what it's called in this dungeon. I think it's called, like, the squid carving or something. I don't totally remember. And we'll just keep on going because we really can't interact with much so far. And eventually come into this room, which is as far down as you can get. And we see another one of these things. We saw one of these back in the ancient cistern. You know, you basically have to find the code. And luckily for us, the code is actually in this room. If you just remove all of the sand... let's just keep on removing it. We start seeing some of these things, which look like they're kind of helpful. Basically, you just want to clear out all of the sand in this room. Alright, sorry about that. I got interrupted, so I just decided to pause the recording until everybody went away so I could continue. Anyways, in the meantime, I cleared out all of the sand in this room and the adjacent room. The adjacent room. And you can see that there are 4 of these things, and each of them point to a different location on, like, the little keypad, but the question is, what order are they in? Because there's 4 of them. They're just sort of, like, randomly placed around. Well, if you look at this one, you'll see that there is one red one. And on this one over okay, can you like get through the door, Link? I mean, come on, it's not that difficult. There's 2 red ones, this one there's 3, and this one there's 4, so it's basically in order of the number of red like spokes there are. So the first one has 1 red one, and basically it's always facing like this. So the first one is down. Come over here. There's 2 red ones. Direction of the red ones. The next one is up. The third one is also down, and the fourth one is right. So it's down, up, down, right. I believe that that is correct. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't actually test this stuff. But that's my prediction. So down, up, down, and right. Yep, that's how you do that puzzle. That puzzle actually took me forever to figure out for a number of reasons. I guess I just didn't realize that the red indicated like the order, because I mean the order is something that's kind of difficult to figure out, because like in the last one back in the ancient cistern, we had the little stone tablet that like said what the order was, but here you just sort of have to go by number of spokes. By the way, you know that it's the direction of the red one by these 2 right here. Anyways, I will just meet you at where the small key is, because that's like all the way at the beginning, and I've already shown off this entire section, and trust me, nothing changes. Alright, here we are at the locked door. The locked door is in the room immediately after you enter from the outside, and you come in here, and something kind of interesting happens. We get like the little fade, and like that sort of always happens when you're about to encounter a mini-boss, which is what we're about to do. So I think this is probably one of the coolest mini-bosses in the entire series, both in its location and the fact that who you're fighting, and the fact of the way it's fought. So the mini-boss is this guy, who I believe you're basically supposed to infer that this is basically the leader of the pirates, who basically this is like the leader of the pirates who basically stole Skipper's ship and then you know, took it over. And something kind of interesting about him is that if you notice, we're currently in the present. There's no time shift stones active, so this is, I believe, the only robotic thing in the entire game that's active in the present, which is kind of cool, because all of the okay, oh boy. Gotcha! You can shield bash, but I'm the real king of shield bashing. So anyway, the way that you basically fight this guy is you have to basically just knock him back far enough and get him near the end or whatever, get him like near like the hull of the ship. I don't really know all the ship parts names, but basically you just want to knock him backward, and eventually you just want to knock him off, so that's kind of cool. And once again, your greatest friend in this fight is going to be shield bashing. Gotcha. And if you know how to shield bash, he is a piece of cake, because whenever you attack him, sometimes you'll hit him, and sometimes you won't, or sometimes he'll block it, but if he blocks it, then he'll immediately go in for a counterattack. But you do have enough time to shield bash, and when you shield bash, it's all over for him. So, did I even take any damage that entire fight? I don't think I did. Or maybe I did. Anyway, that was a 99% chance. The pirate described by the captain. Admire the tenacity and staying alive and fucking all these years. Fee, we think alike. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on you. Then again, maybe I just think that way because I've played this game before and I already knew what she was going to say. Anyways, we got the bow, and that is awesome. May as well just point that out right now, yeah. When you guys all knew that this item would be in the game eventually. It's kind of late in the game, but it's really cool nonetheless. Yep, it's the bow. It basically works the exact same way as the slingshot, only it's a bow and arrow, so it's a lot more powerful and it does more damage, and you can do things with the bow that you can't do with the slingshot, mainly kill stuff. That's sort of a big deal. Difficult to target from here. Okay. And honestly, I just really like this whole fight arena. I just think it's really cool. And just the way that, like, he doesn't have a set number of hits. Because what you have to do is you have to attack him, then you have to run up close. If you just sort of stay in one spot, you'll never win. He can take an infinite amount of punishment. You just have to literally knock him off. And then his, like, falling down just explodes. That's really cool. Anyways, if you listen to what Fee said, and if you didn't, I don't blame you. I didn't listen either. I mean, it's not really that difficult what you have to do if you play another Zelda game. But if you notice back when we were on the main deck, you may have noticed that there was an eyeball up there. And if you played a Zelda game, you know that you can shoot eyeballs with the bow. And by doing that, it reveals the time shift stone. And here's where things get really awesome. Because we all know what time shift stones do. I've explained it. Again, 90% chance? Seriously? I mean, come on. It's pretty obvious that's a time shift stone. I mean, it could be like a plastic replica because that part is just his one last troll. Anyway, something cool about the bow is that you can actually, you can press A to shoot, but if you actually hold down A, you can like zoom in so you can shoot easier. Anyways, we can use the bow, we can shoot the time shift stone, and unlike other time shift stones that only put like certain amounts of the dungeon in the past, basically this time shift stone, this is the only time shift stone in the dungeon, and it activates everything. You shoot it anywhere, it will basically revert the entirety of the dungeon into the past or the present, depending on what it was currently in. And I just think that is really awesome. Anyways, by doing the time shift stone, okay, seriously, I'm just getting all the treasures in the world. Dude, this is so awesome. Like, I am so lucky. I mean, seriously, I've got... Just look at all that treasure, dude. It's amazing. Anyways, by doing that, we basically deactivated the ability to go back inside. But now all of these ladders that were initially covered with those little thorns are now available. This one is still... I guess I'll just show off this door in case you're curious. That has a key, and I just heard a skull. Okay, never mind. Those were arrows that he dropped. My bad. I thought that I just heard like the sound of a skull. Anyways, up there is a key, so we need another key to get in there. But if you may have also noticed that this ladder is now available as well, and we can use this to climb all the way to the top. And we can do some pretty interesting stuff once we get up here. Okay, let's see. So we have a bunch of like these archer guys. Let's just take them out. Let's have some fun with our new... Okay, wait, he just... Okay, let's have some fun with our new toy. Bye. Bye. You can just shoot them if you want, or you can just like run up and attack them. Either way, it works for me. Either way, it will kill them because if I think the arrow kills it in one shot, but if it doesn't, then the fall definitely will. So we come over here. We may notice that this is like those things that we saw back in Skipper's Retreat, like the zip line. And right here, we can actually use the bow to shoot the eye on the other side, and that'll basically bring the zip line back down to us. So we can use that. Come on, where do I have to stand? There we go. Let's grab it. Okay, I don't think that they can shoot us while we're on the zip line. If they can, then it is a sad day. Oh, wanna play, huh? Do ya? Do ya? Get out of here. Oh, okay. His buddy wants to play though. There we go. I killed them both. I'm amazed that arrow shot actually hit. Can I like grab that? Okay, I guess I'm not getting that heart. When they're just like the ones with the swords, you don't have to use the arrows, but when they have arrows as well, it's sort of easy just to take them out from afar. Okay, can you guys just like sort of go away? Okay, got one. They're vicious. Okay, whatever. They're both dead. They tried. I'll give them credit. They really tried to win, but it just didn't work too well. There we go. I do really like the one thing I do really like about motion controls is the arrows and stuff. Like maybe it's just me, but like in like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask and stuff, I was so bad at like aiming the bow and stuff, but because of like the way that you have to control, like you just use like the control stick because motion controls weren't a thing at the time. But here, when everything is motion controls, I just think it works a lot better. I'm not sure. That's just one thing I really do like about it. I mean, I guess I like the sword as well. Using the Wiimote to just shake, I think is really cool. But I don't know. Anyways, now I'm Skipper's here. I'm not really sure how we made it because there's clearly an electrical barrier right there. But maybe he's immune to electricity. Maybe like the electricity just makes him stronger and whatnot. Anyways, he tells you where his crew is, and if you don't recognize, that's actually the room where all of those like little symbols were that allowed us to open the gem door. That's where they were all hidden. I think I pointed out like one of them that was like deactivated. Anyways, by doing this, we basically just opened up the time shift stone again, and we opened up all the doors. But in addition to that, what we want to do next is we want to shoot this eye right there. And this is not required. This is all optional, but you're really going to want to do this, trust me. Like, what we're going to get is something really great. And we basically can use that to come over here, get rid of the archer guy, and then if we come over here and take out our claw shots, that's not the claw shot. So there's a claw shot target way over there. Okay, do I have to like to be really close to be able to... Oh wait, do I just have to like jump down? I don't actually remember. Wait, how do I do this again? Oh, I think. Wait, do I just jump? I think I just jump down like this, and I can get to this part. And this part is actually not what we just saw. Like now we just climbed up and where the key is. The key door is directly below this. This is like the only way to get up here is to get up on that side and then a jump down, like from the very top. And from there we can get to the claw shot, and we can come down over here, and then we can come down to this section over here, which has a treasure chest, a pretty inconspicuous treasure chest. Let me just sort of down here all by itself, but inside is a piece of heart. Yep, there's a piece of heart in this dungeon. It's in a pretty well hidden spot. I have to say, like, I didn't know about the piece of heart, like, when I actually, like, the first time playing, when I actually went to the dungeon. I had to, like, eventually I just had to use a guide and, you know, to find it. Okay, I have, like, full everything, so let's see if I can draw some money. Alright, I got some money out of that. I figured, don't let a good goddess well go to waste, but I had full health, so money's the next best thing. Anyways, to get back up, just use the claw shots again. You can basically grab onto this one, then from there we get to one right here. And I wonder if, like, who put this piece of heart there. Maybe that was like a treasure of the of Skipper's. He like put a piece of heart there, or maybe he like knew that eventually his ship would get taken over by the pirates, so he decided to put one there to help out the chosen hero who would later save him. I don't really know. Anyways, I'm just gonna predict that this is where I'm gonna cut it. This is where I was gonna plan on like cutting the video into 2 parts, since this is a dungeon. So I'm just gonna say it right now. Thank you guys all for watching. We did the first part of the Sandship, and next time we'll continue with it. So yeah, I thank you all for watching. Now I'll see you all next time. Goodbye and take care.